All right, welcome to the New Moon Yoga Flow. The new moon is a really great chance to tune in and give ourselves the gift of moving at a slower pace. Both the new moon has a downward pull energy to it, so it's a time of grounding, of slowing down. We may feel like we're kind of rooting into the earth more. And then also a circular movement type of feel. So we're going to incorporate both of these downward energy and more circular, soft, feminine movements in our flow today. And in yoga, the new moon is related to the end of the exhale. And we follow the end of the exhale through the soles of the feet. It's known as the apana, the downward the downward movement into the ground. So the new moon has two components. We're both releasing anything that didn't serve us in the past month, stuckness, negativity, dissolving, letting it go, and we're releasing it. And then it's also this great opportunity to allow new seeds of wisdom, intention setting. And just like the new moon has these two phases of going into diminishment and then again dancing into that fullness, we too follow these rhythms. We step into those places of smallness, of our own humility. And we also have the opportunity to step into our greatness, our full light, our full potential. So I encourage you today to have a journal nearby. If you have any, new seeds of wisdom or intentions that come through, the new moon is a time of receiving because there's not much light. We're empty. We're open to receive. So I encourage you to have a journal nearby and take it as slow as you want. And yeah, let's get started and then let's enjoy. We'll start by finding a seat. So sit bones rooted into the ground. And we'll inhale the hands up to the new moon above us. Exhale, hands come over the third eye, mouth, heart. A few more times like this. Inhaling the fullness of the breath and exhaling all the way down. And from here, we'll bring the right hand parallel to the sit bone, deepen into that left side body, open wide, drop the shoulder down to the mat. And the new moon also allows us to find more space in the side body, maybe moving in different ways than we're used to, inviting newness, inhaling to the sky, and exhaling left palm parallel to the sit bone, yawn to the right side, open the side body. Rooting from the right sit bone, extending through the fingertips. And exhale back to center a few more times like that, inhaling to the new moon above us, exhaling to each side. And I encourage you to follow the awareness all the way through the end of the exhale. Beautiful. Last one, and hands come onto the knees into center. We'll start to make moons around the center of the body. Closing your eyes, starting to tune in. And bringing awareness to the front of the heart when you come to the front, and then puffing up the back of the heart on the journey back. Keep flowing, keep moving the breath. And then we'll start to circle the other way. And then coming into center, we'll cradle the right knee into that right elbow crease. Hold on to the bottom of the foot and we'll lift it parallel and then just hinge from the hips like you're rocking a baby, cradling it gently, starting to gently open that hip center. And we hold a lot of stuckness and tension in the hips. And with this new moon, we allow any congestion, constriction, tightness to let go, release. Send breaths into that right hip center. A few more rocks here. And then we'll bring that right foot into the hand, open wide. Knee can be bent or you can straighten it. Palm to the sky, drop the shoulders, exhale. Let's hear it again, exhale. Letting it go. This month was a tough one, shake it out. And then we'll extend the leg wide. We'll open side body. And then see if you can bring that top shoulder like you're pressing it against the back wall. Gaze at the sky, soft fingertips, release the jaw. Beautiful. And we'll come into a little twist to the left. Crown of the head lengthens on the inhale. Exhale, deepen over that left shoulder. Beautiful. And then we'll bring the navel towards that right thigh. Sit bones sink into the ground. Inhale, lift the hands, lengthen through the side body. Exhale, forward folds over that front leg. Now the toes are going to curl towards the heart. Inhale, you'll lengthen. Exhale, you'll deepen. So finding your own subtle micro movements here, following the soft breath.
Visions of dancers moving through many circles where they wore sacred wine to wed their
Beautiful. And we'll bring the feet together. Give those feet a little massage. Maybe bring that massage up the legs, showing yourself some love and kindness today. And then we'll simply change sides. So left knee comes into the left crease of the elbow, lift through the foot and just rock the leg. You might even want to bring it into the other elbow crease. Try to lengthen the back body. Soften the lips, soften the jaw, that space between the brows, soften. We're just gently releasing. And then bring that foot into the hand, kick it into the hand, open the right palm to the sky, drop the shoulders away from the ear, extend. It's okay to have a bend in the knee. Let it go. Don't be afraid to let that audible exhale, a sigh of relief. And then we'll extend wide. Right arm comes up and over, gaze to the sky. So heart lifts and right shoulder presses back. For a deeper stretch, you might want to bring the hand under the skull and just rest the head on the hand, gazing upwards. 2 more breaths. And then we'll lift, twist to the back. Crown lift on the inhale. Deepen that twist on the exhale. And then navel turns to that top of the thigh. Flex the foot. Inhale, lift, lengthen side body. Exhale, deepen over the leg. So we inhale, lengthen, the toes curl towards the heart. Exhale, deepen over the leg. Last breath. And then we'll walk the hands up, bring the feet to touch, and then just flutter your butterfly. And from butterfly, we'll bring the feet parallel, lift up, and we're gonna cradle the sockets of the eyes into the knees. If they don't reach, you can also cup the eyes with your hands. The new moon is also called the dark moon, and it allows us to reset from all of that flood of information, the screens, the images, the events, the opinions, all of that we are constantly bombarded with. The new moon allows us to take a break from it all, go inwards, reset, repurify the eyes, and enter an inner knowingness that doesn't require external stimulation. So feel that blackness washing over the eyes. Okay, and we're gonna enter into all fours. So come onto the hands and knees, and we'll start to inhale and exhale, rippling the spine. And I don't want you to focus on the alignment of the posture so much, but rather the intention behind each movement, each breath. So how can each movement and breath allow us to see with new eyes, breathe with new breath, enter new landscapes of being, of understanding. Just like the moon is renewing, we too have this power of renewing, recreating ourselves. And then we'll enter more moon-like circular movements. So closing the eyes, tuning into the body and breath, and moving in any circular way that feels good to you. Just like the new moon has stages of diminishment and revelation, we too enter stages of humility and smallness, and then being able to step into our fullness, our full light. So exploring these spaces within us. Last few breaths. And then we're going to lift the knees, come into plank, so pressing through the heels. feeling rooted, that downward energy through the palms. And then knees come down, lower to the earth. Inhale, lift the heart, peel it off the ground. Maybe come into full upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. So pedaling out the feet in this first down dog, opening through the back of the legs, rooting through the palms, locating and deepening the breath. And we're gonna go through a little moon-like flow, rotating around the mat. So I apologize in advance if I'm looking away from you, if you see my back. But just knowing that we're gonna be circling the mat. Stay right here. Right leg floats to the sky. Bend the knee, yawn it open, look under the right arm. Maybe circle that ankle. Keep pressing through that left heel. And then top of the thigh reaches towards the mat. Look between the hands. Right foot steps through. And deepen that knee to the ground. And we'll lift to a seated lunge. And we'll start to flow the hands in moons around us. So as if you're painting an auric sphere of moonlight, of renewal around you. Keep deepening into that front knee, circling with the hands. Few more breaths. And then float the hands down to the front of the mat. Lift that back knee. Inhale, heart reaches forward. And then exhale, straighten that front leg. And then pour the heart down the leg. Right hip rotates back. And if you want, you can bring blocks under the hands to give you more space there. If you don't have blocks, you can use books or anything, cookbooks, whatever you have at home is perfect. Otherwise, you can come up on fingertips, just deepen over that front leg. Last exhale, and then knee is parallel over the ankle. Inhale, right arm peels to the sky. Keep pressing through that back heel as the fingertips reach. Deep inhale to lift. And exhale, hand floats to the inside of that foot. And we'll shift the toes towards the edge of the mat. And we'll go into these side to side movements. So going at your own pace, maybe bringing the hands to the mat, maybe lifting them up to the heart. Up to you.
It's time we learn to think of the shadows, bow to the darkness they bring, sing.
And then we'll bring the hands to the other side of the mat. Step that foot into plank, press into the hands. Connecting with the ground beneath us, that downward pull of the new moon. And then knees lower, and then chest lowers. Inhale, peel the heart off the ground. Curling the heart forward. Exhale, downward dog. You might want to pedal out the feet again or find stillness. Bring the feet together. Inhale, left leg floats up. Bend the knee. Look under that left forearm. Maybe circle the ankle. And then face the top of the thigh towards the mat. Look between the hands. Step that foot all the way at the front. Knee softens to the ground. Find your moon shapes around the body. And we'll float the hands down, back at the knee lifts. Press the heart forward on the inhale. Exhale, straighten that leg. Left hip tilts back. Fold. Two more breaths here. Follow the exhale all the way out. And then bend the front leg, right palm plants. Inhale, left hand to the sky. Extend through the fingertips. And inhale, lengthen. Exhale, float the hand down on the inside of the foot. Rotate the feet towards the mat, side to side. We'll meet at the front of the mat. Step back to plank. Maybe you know the flow now and you can go at your own pace. Otherwise, lower the knees. Come all the way onto the mat. Inhale to peel up. Exhale, downward dog. Few breaths here. Bring the feet together. On the inhale, left leg's gonna lift. Bend the knee, open wide. And then top of the thigh faces down. Look between the hands. Step between the hands. Lower that knee. Rotate the hands to the sky and lower. Maybe you want to add a color into the sphere that you're painting around you. Maybe it's a new moon glow. Maybe it has a color, a texture to it. Last one. We'll float the hands down to the front of the mat. Lift that back knee. Inhale, press the heart forward. And exhale, fold. Soften the lips. Soften the jaw. And then deep into that front leg twist. Find your variation here. You can always bring the knee down for a more restorative posture. Inhale, lift through the fingertips. And then exhale, bring the hands on the inside of the foot. And this time we'll float side to side, your variation. You can bring the hands to the waist, to heart center. And we'll float to the front. Step it back into plank. Navel lifts to the back body. Press through the heels. And then knees come down. Lower. Inhale, drink it up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Then we'll bring the feet together. Inhale, right leg floats up. Bend the knee open. And then the hips come parallel. Look between the hands. Step it through. Lower the knee. Beautiful moons around you. What does it feel like to step into this place of total possibility, total radical renewal? Float the hands down, lift the back knee. Inhale, hearts forward. Exhale. Shift that right hip back. Soften. Dip the crown of the head down. And then we'll bend into that front knee, twist to the right. Extend through the fingertips. Float the hand down on the inside of that foot. And then side to side. Last time. Make this one count. And we'll float to the front. Step back to plank. From plank, we'll lower the knees. Lower onto the earth. Shoulders away from the ears as you peel the heart up. Pressing up to upward facing dog. Open the throat. And then exhale. Downward facing dog. Starting to let the breath sink with the movements. We'll look between the hands. We'll step or jump forward, forward fold. So bend the knees as much as you need to really release the lower back. Let anything heavy spill out of the crown of the head, emptying, letting go. Feel that energy beneath the hands. What is alive and present in this ground beneath you? And as if we're drinking it up, we'll roll all the way up to mountain pose. Now this is the shape of the Hebrew letter Vav. And Vav is a connector letter. So giving yourselves a moment to connect body and breath, the upper realms above the crown to the lower realms beneath the feet. And imagining the new moon above the crown of the head. A soft, cool glow. And imagining a moon bath washing down the length of the body. From the crown all the way down and out the feet, washing us with this cool glow of renewal. And just like the moon we see is so ephemeral. It comes and goes. Our body, our life is also so ephemeral, so fleeting. And I know it sounds morbid, but our death is certain. And I'm saying that because with this precious knowledge, what is most important right now? So bringing the palms together, imagining you're holding the light and the darkness between your hands, the sun and the moon, and what is important right now. And we'll inhale the hands up to the moon above us, and even higher up to the divine above us. Right hand comes onto that left wrist. We'll step the foot behind the right, and we'll yawn to the side body stretch. Here we're finding new ways of movement. Yawning out that whole side body, finding more space within us. And then we'll inhale, lifting to center. Exhale to the other side. Almost like we're creating a crescent moon. And back to center. This time we'll bring a squat in the middle. So feet are parallel, bring it down. And then coming to the right. Inhale. Exhale, squat. Lift it up. Inhale to the left. And exhale, squat. Keep going at your own pace. A few more like this. Last one. We'll meet in center, fingertips to the sky, and then exhale, cactus arms. Heart radiates forward. Open the palms wide, like we're stepping into our new self. And then exhale, bring it in, curl the back of the heart. And inhale, shine it forward. Exhale, draw it in. And inhale, open. A few more like this, following your own breath to movement. And our breath is really our source way to our Creator. Says in the Kabbalah and in the Torah that God breathes into us a breath of life. And the word for breath, neshima, is closely related to neshama, our soul. So each breath, our soul is being renewed by the Creator of life. Last one, and we'll step to the front of the mat if you're not there already. Hands to the heart. And from here, we'll step the left foot back, coming into a high lunge. Deepen into that front knee so it's right over the ankle. And now we'll do big, full circle moons around us. Kabbalah actually says that our nefesh, our enlivening soul, is actually 6 feet around us. Wow, right? So what energy do we want to surround ourselves with? And what do we want to give off to the world? A few more circles here. And then bring the hands to the heart. We'll lift from the sternum. We'll twist to the right side. So hands can stay together or open them wide, up to you. Locate the breath. Then twist to the front, hands come onto the hips. Step that back foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, we'll reach hands to the sky. Exhale, float it down. This time, right leg steps back. Find your high lunge. We'll circle the arms around. We are here to create light and balance, peace. So maybe coming up with a word that you would like to surround yourself with. As if you're painting that around you. Say the word out loud. Maybe draw that word in the letters or as an image. Last one, hands to heart center, twist to the left. Keep twisting, lifting through the sternum, softening the face. And then come back to center, hands at the hips. Step all the way up to the front of the mat. Bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the low belly. Just noticing what emotional content is here. And the suggestion is to breathe into it. Any feeling that arises, give it space to be felt, to be acknowledged. And then we're going to bring the hands to the sacrum, float the hands down the backs of the legs, forward fold. Maybe rock right and left, feeling that weight pulling you from the ground. And then we'll plant the hands, we'll step back into plank. And this time lower all the way to the ground. Forehead presses into the mat. Or you can bring your ear to the ground, it's up to you. And as if we're melting the whole front body. So starting with the forehead, all of those thoughts, the rush of thoughts, our to-do lists, our judgments, we release it into the earth. Let it circle back into the ground. And then feeling the heart on the earth. Any congestion, any heaviness, any stuckness, set it down. And then moving down to the belly, any butterflies, anxieties, soften it into the ground, let it go. And then awareness under the palms of the hands. All that controlling that we do, gripping, scrolling, tapping, liking, disliking. Soften the palms of the hands, releasing control. The new moon allows us to let go. Anything that is not serving us and our higher purpose. And then from the front body, we'll roll onto our back, coming into a seed. Knees come to the heart. So just like farmers plant seeds on the new moon, we plant spiritual seeds. So what do we want to carry into this new month? Maybe visualize an image, a word, a phrase, a spiritual seed that you are planting right now. What does the higher version of ourself look like this month? What does she talk like? What does she breathe like? Move like? Breathe it in and then open wide into final relaxation. Maybe putting an eye pillow, giving yourself that darkness of the dark moon. And you can either have your palms open to receive new seeds of revelation, of wisdom, or palms down to ground, to empty. And just breathe here. First, thinking of everything we wish to release, letting it sink into the ground, letting it go. Notice the rhythm of the breath return to its natural cycle. And then the front body taking in a wash of new moonlight, of renewal, new beginnings, new eyes, a new heart. Allowing anything that we need to receive come down right now. And then we'll start to roll the wrists, the fingertips, the toes, the ankles. And we'll roll onto the right side and cradle the head in the crease of the arm. Palm rests on the earth. An act of humility, recognizing our smallness, just like the smallness of the new moon. And we'll push ourselves up into seated. And bringing our hands to heart center, bowing down to the wisdom of the heart. Closing the eyes and sealing in any intention that came through in this practice. Thank you for practicing with me today. May we all allow this new moon to both dissolve what we don't want and also to bring into our life what we do want, and that these seeds of intention that we practiced and we set today should come to full fruition by the full moon. Thank you so much, and stay tuned for our full moon practice.